Good morning from a cool Adelaide morning. So it's going to warm up. It's 7:11 a.m. Yeah, Roberto, you are the first waker. Been keeping an eye out for you on World of Warships. Haven't seen you though. Do you see Popeye on there a lot though? I guess you can take the guy out of the Navy, but you can't take the Navy out of the guy. How you doing? Happy? Hope you guys all doing well. Been up for a while. Woke up, I think, 4:30 in the morning. Had my coffee. Ran around on World of Warships for a while. Thought I'd do it live because we haven't done one for a little bit. So, what's been happening, guys? It's been pretty quiet here. I did send Popeye a message in World of Warships there. Let him know we were doing it live. But he may be busy. Oh, geez, Roberto, you're not caught up in that Facebook shit, are you? Jesus. Here we go, guys. Sun's coming out. Should start warming up here soon. I'm not sure if Andy's around. He's very possibly asleep. Who knows? I seen him earlier. He was on the live stream. Yeah, I've got an account, Happy, but never use it. To be honest with you, it just seemed to be a fucking format for gossip, and I got sick of people fucking putting up photos of what they were going to fucking eat. And I wish they'd just fucking eat the thing. Jesus Christ. I don't know if don't know about the tits, Roberto. I remember kangaroos have pouches. That's you, Happy? Oh, God. Seemed that everyone used to do that shit. Hey, Steve, how you doing? But the next few days to a week should be interesting. We'll do some more live streams and pull some skeletons out of the fucking closet. Well, if they've got tits, Roberto, to be in their pouch. I mean, that's where the joeys grow up and feed from. Jesus, how you doing, Dick Insider? Yeah, I've been pretty quiet lately, happy, but I'll build it up again. Definitely, I'd say in the next few days or so, probably going to cause a big stir and a bit of a shit fight, but like the title says, everything comes out in the end. Well, how are you doing, TNC? I haven't seen much of you around. Oh, yeah, happy. I don't know. I couldn't watch that guy for. No, I'm sorry, but I'd fucking probably commit suicide if I'd fucking spent too much time watching him. Hey, Rayman, how you doing? No idea where Frank is. You're best off asking one of the other guys who might know. I personally don't watch him. Not interested in watching him. Seems to be a trouble magnet. Yeah, tell me about it, DNC. Oh, to each his own, Steve. Well, as far as I know, mate, male kangaroos don't have a pouch. But you might be better off sticking with the expression of tits on a bull. But I don't know what your fixation is with kangaroos and tits, though. You're probably lucky, Rayman. I mean, I heard that he and Big Kev had a fallout. No idea what that was over. That's about the only time I ever used to see him. Yeah, that's probably true, Happy. Yeah, well, that's where they would be, DNC. That's where the Joey's kept and brought up. So I'd say, yep, they're feeding from inside the pouch. I've never looked inside one, to be honest with you. Yeah, but don't worry, Happy. I'm sure we can pull some drama out of our ass here. Yeah, good point, Rain Man. Very good point. Hey, Jancy, I haven't heard you for a while. Why don't you fucking jump on, man? I haven't talked to you in fucking, seems like fucking ages. Yeah, I know there's no gold in there, Dick Insider. And you guys have got to get over this idea that kangaroos are cute and cuddly. They might be right when they're hand reared and that, but they're fucking dangerous bastards. They, especially the big reds, but even the greys, so they can disembowel a man pretty easily. Kind of like koalas, got really sharp claws and can be pretty vicious as well. I reckon in the next week I'm going to fucking try and give up smoking. Some people think they taste good, happy. I don't eat it myself. Okay, Mr. Instant Karma. So obviously you got nothing better to do than wander around live streams looking for people to harass. I get it. Baby Huey, Jesus Christ. I'm sure Frank has names for lots of different people. He might be best sitting around coming up one for himself. Drama Queen comes to mind. I mean, I know it's easy to make enemies here on YouTube, but geez, that guy, he's made an art of it. Yeah, some of them are, Steve. When you get some of the big reds, they hit 7 feet tall. I said one kick, disavow, man. Greys are a little bit smaller, usually around that 5 feet, I think. So tell me, any of you other guys jumped on and tried that World of Warships? Seems to be a few YouTubers have jumped on the bandwagon there and having a go at it. I've seen Tony in there. I know Roberto's got an account now. Only those who deserves it. Okay. What's your criteria for deserving it? Oh, definitely, Steve. Yeah, definitely. I think it's most people here would. Seems par for course for YouTube. National Day. How you doing, sister? National Donut Day. What's going on with Dick Insider? We fucking asked him to come on and then he disappears. You fucking chicken shit. So, guys, have I missed? That's why Big Kev isn't streaming. I've got no idea what you're referring to, Mr. Instant Karma. I thought I seen Big Kev streaming just the other day. I know it's not an everyday streamer. I might be referring to Frank there, Happy. I've got a feeling. So what do we got? 7:27 a.m. here. So early hours of the morning in Southeast Asia. I guess lunchtime, afternoon in the US. Well, it must have been quiet lately, guys. I obviously haven't missed much then. 4 p.m. in Washington. How you doing, Patrick? And how are things in America's capital? Guess you guys are in autumn going into winter, or we're in spring going into summer, which means cool nights, warm days here. I think it start to warm up here. Yep, autumn there, spring here, Patrick. Oh, Jesus, happy. It's the National Donut Day. What is it with you? Rayman, you and sister seem to be got donuts on the mind. Should I be worried? Shooting degrees Celsius. Steve, I thought you guys just used Fahrenheit. Shit. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about anything like that here, sis. No tornadoes, hurricanes, monsoons. None of that shit. We're pretty lucky here in Adelaide. That's a good question, Patrick. I've always heard that their best weather is around Christmas time. I don't know if that means it's cooler or not. If it's anything like the wet season in Queensland here, then it's not always cooler. It just tends to be very humid, hot with a lot of moisture in the air. Very wet season. I'm not so sure about the Philippines though, but I have heard that the best weather is around Christmas. Yeah, Baguio, that's right, north. I've heard that. You guys are still on the fucking donuts. Oh, it's around Christmas time, Patrick, so you guys are saying January, February, the most comfortable weather. Never been there, so I can only go by what other people have said. Yeah, exactly, Rain Man. Yeah, the wet season tends to be very fucking muggy. That humidity is not good, very uncomfortable. December, rough seas. Okay, can't tell I've ever heard that. What is coming to the well, not so much. If you talk about the title, it's more the fact that not that anything's coming to the end, but everything comes out in the end. So if you're full of shit, a liar, someone who's fake, that shit will come out. Ah, that's all right, happy, all good. We all fucking do that from time to time. Bit like misreading people. Or thinking you know somebody, or thinking what a wonderful person someone is, and turn out to be pieces of shit, but I learned that the hard way with one vlogger, so how you doing, Lost? Been waiting to see if catch you back on the game, but doesn't seem like you've been around. But obviously with moving and the family, it's keeping you pretty busy. Yeah, I thrashed it a little bit. Go kicked King of Clowns off Bob's Sea last night. Said he found out other accounts were linked him up to no good. Well, that's a possibility, Steve. But there's two things there. One, it's not up to Go-Go to kick fucking people off someone else's channel. On that in bad taste. Secondly, how far can you, or how much can you trust Go-Go? Well, let's face it, he likes the drama and he likes pouring petrol on it. Yeah, I guess so, Happy. He's Bob's mentor. This is not the guy you want for a mentor, but that's Bob's choice. Like I said, I don't watch the guy, so I'm not interested. Hey, how you doing, Lost? Well, the text is stud here, but actually he's fucking got himself muted, which is normal. Another YouTuber who's found his way to World of Warships. Actually, after seeing Lost play World of Warships, I've come to the conclusion that he would have made a great kamikaze. He looks like he's having trouble getting on. You got yourself muted, Lost. No worries. Not a problem, bud. I mean, Go-Go, there is some entertainment value there, I guess. It can be funny at times, but he likes stirring the pot. Any topic he seems to cover seems to have a background of drama going with it. Loves talking about other people, but doesn't like to say much about himself. It's this. You're just uh, you're just a willing participant in the live streams. Yeah, I'll give you that, sis. You are. Yeah. Um. I mean, I can only guess and assume happy, which is never a good thing to do. But from listening to his streams over however long it's been, it's very possible the guy has an illness. I don't know if you notice, he does tend to have that cough. He ain't a millionaire, right, man? If you're a fucking millionaire, you wouldn't spend your time fucking sitting on YouTube causing drama. And we know he does that, sis. Well, that's the rumour anyway. I definitely don't see Gogo as a thief, but I used to think mischievous. But I think there's probably a little bit more to that. Definitely into that mystique thing, isn't he? Noppler's radar. Yeah, that's true, sis. I guess the best way to be about it is to just not give a fuck. Shrimp prawns, you mean, Steve? So maybe your prawns are shrimps, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And I talked to the guy, seen him go off at some silly things, like because some guy was eating while they're doing a live stream. I thought that was a little bit out there. But I guess we all got our own little fucking quirks, and let's face it, fucking none of us are perfect. I'm not sure what set him off, gone off about the guy eating though. I've got a mate in New York, sis. I haven't heard him for a while. You're not connected, lost. Can see you there. How you doing, Popeye?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Another day in paradise. Got me allergies kicking up.
Shit, it sucks. My father, I remember when I was growing up, my dad would always get, was it hay fever, what we call hay fever here? He'd get pollen in the air. But as he got older, it just looked kind of weird. But I've heard that some people grow out of it,
Well,
go into it.
as I grow older, I grow into it. I never had it till I got older.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, that's a common thing.
But here, hey, get down. Go ahead. Go lie down. All right.
Is that Smiley?
That's Smiley. Boy, he's had a bug up his ass all day, man.
Oh,
All
Jesus.
day. I
Maybe
think.
there's a weather change. I noticed my dog can starts acting a bit funny when there's going to be a weather change.
Yeah, well, right now it's very cloudy. It's getting darker earlier. It's like looks like it's gonna rain. He don't like the rain. He don't like water. Period. I swear he's part cat.
Jesus. So some people might agree
Yeah.
with you.
So what are you talking about today?
Oh, not much, mate. Just I was just saying earlier, like with the topic, everything comes out at the end. People pretend to be nice people, um, but all that shit does come out in the end. You can't hide it forever. Kind of, kind of glad that I haven't been on too much lately because there's some people out there, Popeye, and you know who I'm talking about, that just can't let some things go.
No,
Um,
dude, none of them will let him go. And you got one in your live chat right now. And I will tell you honestly, if I had it my way, he wouldn't even be in here.
I think you're referring to the
Yeah,
gentleman known as Rain Man.
yeah, he
Actually,
wouldn't.
Rain Man, I'm gonna take you up on something, Rain Man. You're usually pretty quiet. You have a dig at Popeye now and again. But the day we had Jerry and Joey in here, you fucking went to town. What is this like? It was a bit like a pack of dogs, mate. Fucking
Well, they all did. They all did that. It was like it was. That's what they need to do. It's called the pack of dogs fucking tactic. Okay, they hit you from the chat. They hit you on the stream itself, and they hit you from three different angles because not one of them can do it themselves. Right? It's fucking. It's classic fucking troll.
well, I'll tell you what was funny about that show was that there's a certain Aussie guy in Western Australia who'll tell you that he's not into the drama, doesn't like the drama. But I was listening to another stream where someone on there said that that person was fucking messaged him straight away, say, going over to Thunder Show and look what's happening. So for someone who's not interested in the drama, I kind of found that funny that they would do that.
Dude, yeah, and I heard you talking earlier about like Go Go Bobo and all them. These guys are just like Rain Man. They don't give you any information about themselves, but they'll glean, they'll look around, and they'll try and find information about you, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And now that there's guys like me out there actively, fucking booting them from live chats, it fucking pisses them off. Okay. I've booted Rain Man from a lot of live chats for a lot of inappropriate shit he said. Right? And I'll tell every live chat I'm on, Rain Man, what a fucking asshole you are. Right? Plain and fucking simple. And see, there's some of these trolls that say, fuck it, I can't get it done from the live chat. Well, bang, I'm going to fucking start doing live streams. That's when you end up like people like Gogo Bobo and King of Crabs.
Yeah, someone was talking about him earlier, saying that Gogo kicked him off of that Bob Cooper's channel, but I don't watch Bob Cooper, so I have
You
to
know
admit
what? And
that King of Cows.
see what I'm talking about? Quit being thin skinned. Laugh it off. Ha ha ha. You're not going to find it so fucking funny when somebody fucking crawls up your ass like you do to others. Right? And I'll just say, well, quit being thin skinned. Laugh it off. Ha 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 ha.
Rain Man, you could probably accuse Popeye of lots of things. A hater is not one that fucking I would put on that list. I don't know. He obviously doesn't like certain people, but fucking that's a mutual thing between them. So, how you doing, Tony?
See, and what it is, this guy is with this guy is with the Baggy Old Life crew, fucking the Steve crew. These are the guys that like to go around behind the scenes and threaten to physically harm people. And Rain Man, I got a little present coming up for you. A little Popeye short of all your fucking friends behind the scenes, what they're saying in Facebook chat. Because you have a fucking snitch. And I'm just going to tell them all, don't be so thin skinned. Laugh it off. Ha ha ha. Okay? I'm going to show you all what a fucking asshole I can be.
Yeah, Steve, I think you're right. A lot of guys don't take some of them guys seriously. No, no, no. On Havoc's show, not from memory anyway. So personally, I've never had issues with Rayman except for that last show when you were on and kind of got ambushed there, Popeye. And I have to admit, Rayman, your kind of attitude did change when you had those other guys in the chat there with you.
Sure, his
And
true self come out. He's just here to listen and wait till I come on here. Dude, he wouldn't even fucking be here if I was not here. Right? He wouldn't even fucking be here.
I don't know. I can't.
Oh, I can guarantee it, man.
No worries, lost. Yeah, look, Rayman, didn't you admit to doxing him? If you did do that, fucking, you got to expect him to fucking talk about you then. How you doing, 47? Oh, you're not that late, mate.
So I'm going to give you, Rain Man, I'm going to give you and your crew the attention they need shortly. And it's going to be attention you don't want. See, I don't forget.
Popeye, I'm starting to think that that's what they fucking want.
It's what they want. They want me to come back into this shit. Well, you got it. You got it. You got your fucking wish, asshole. I'm going to make you real fucking sorry, too.
I was saying me and Andy used to have for you, Popeye. You make you famous. Who the fuck is this? See you later. You know, come in with your fucking real name. Have some courage, will you? Now, I'm going to say this one time, guys. This shit between Rayman and Popeye, leave it at that. Fucking don't get in and join. You know, that's fucking bullshit. Don't come in here and try and fucking ambush. Tony, you need to. Yeah, I can be an asshole with you, Tony. Rayman must be thirsty for more. Yeah, Rayman, I know. And I have seen you in here when Popeye 1 isn't around. But obviously, you and Popeye got some issues there, Rayman. You know, and to be fair, I fucking. I try to let everyone have their fucking sanity, but unfortunately, I was tired that day when all that happened because it was such a fucking one of those marathon streams, and I really shouldn't have let it go on like it did.
Sure you are. That's okay. I got some. I received some nice photographs of you and what's his name? Oh, it says Styles sitting in a bar in Angeles.
Oh, with Montelli.
hmm You know, the whole crew.
I haven't watched. I haven't watched that Steve Montelli for. He's a little bit dry for my. He seems like a decent guy, but a little bit dry.
He's
Were they
like
making out? Jesus, Steve.
Steve is really on the intellectual side. He likes to really dig down into the weeds. And yeah, it may not be a cup of tea.
Oh yeah, look, I mean the guy seems decent enough. It was just a little bit dry, and yeah, I guess comes down to topics.
You want to know another reason why Rain Man's so pissed off? Him and a few
Sure.
others thought they could get their hooks into Nico, but it didn't happen, did it, Rain Man? Huh?
Well, let me address that, Ray, man. First off, I don't think Pop ever tries to make himself sound important. I wouldn't say he's big headed. I'd actually say that he's just an everyday guy, pretty down to earth, really. I mean, you guys might see the persona of his channel and that, but obviously, sometimes, Rayman, you'll see what you want to see, and you can't let other people fucking cloud your judgment on someone. And you know, obviously, Popeye's rolled a few feathers in the past, and well, Rayman, I wasn't around for that. I don't know nothing about it, so.
Yeah. See, you're like a fucking scorned little bitch, Rain Man. You might as well become an archaeologist. You keep digging up the past like the rest of those fuck sticks. Does that sound familiar, fuck stick? Huh? Does that sound familiar?
See, Rayman, I remember a show that I've just gone back a while now, but Riff Raff Radio doing a show where they were fucking trying to help out Chixie and Ren. So, I mean, if that's your reason now, it's probably gone back even further than then. So, no worries, lost. You know, shit happens. I mean, fucking's happened with me and other people. Rayman, sometimes you just got to let it go, mate. Fucking,
Yeah.
it's going to eat
You're
you
just
up.
part of that. You're just part of that Baggio crew that like to persecute. You know, Baggio, fucking JW. You know, all those fucking psychopaths.
Well, I've
That
never
want-
had issues. Never had issues with JW, and
Oh,
until
you're a lucky man.
until recently, I mean, I used to tell people here I didn't have a problem with Baggio, but then I heard him mouthing off about me on a channel for fucking whatever reason. So yeah, I wouldn't piss on that prick if he was on fire. To be honest.
Huh?
Yeah, Steve. Well, that's between them, and that's the problem here. Is people can have issues with each other, and then suddenly, and fucking Popeye's mentioned it before about that group mentality thing. Well, Rain Man, it seems like a fucking long time ago, mate. Maybe it's time to drop it and start afresh. But after seeing that day when you were here with Jerry and Joey, um, it really seemed that that fucking group mentality thing kicked in, that tribal shit. But,
Sure, he had to stick up for his
What's
brothers.
up, boyos? Can y'all hear me all right?
Hey,
yeah,
you bald head fuck. What do? You got Philippine fucking internet where you're at or something?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Chrome, and you know what? I've been wanting to put Firefox on my phone for a while, so I went in and just put it on there. So hopefully I'm good to go now.
Dude, you want a really good privacy browser that takes on all this stuff? Get get a browser called Brave.
What's the name of it again?
Brave. BR Bravo Romeo Alpha Victor Echo.
Okay, I'll check it out. It works with StreamYard here too.
Say again, bro.
Did excuse me, did I break up?
No, I could hear you, but I don't think Popeye heard what you said.
Oh no, it works with StreamYard and most of the other little add-on apps.
Now you're going roboty. Just for a second there.
No,
I don't know
maybe
about.
just
I don't know
even
about.
or shit.
I don't know about Chrome being the problem. I mean, I've always been a Firefox fan anyway, but these days I have to use Chrome, or started using Chrome because Hangouts wanted to use it doing the live streams, but I guess I've had too many issues with Chrome. Jordan just put out a video. He's not a scammer. Well, yeah, he is. He's just so dumb that he doesn't even know it himself.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so over that fucking guy. That guy, look, man, the guy's not going to change. He is what he is. He's like Rain Man, right? Fucking scumbag, right?
No, not Michael Jordan, Happy. They're talking about Bama, which is something we haven't talked about for a while, and it's probably fucking good because, yeah, not worth it. Not worth the effort. I mean, my take on it is that he's fucking really trying to keep a low profile on where he is these days because he is worried about fucking
He's
someone
worried
putting
about
him in.
people hunting him down, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, they have hunted the guy down, and I think they've gone a little too fucking far, you know? That's why when he came on your show that day, I cut him slack.
You know, I don't know about going too far with him because he's brought it on himself, Popeye. You know,
Yeah, sure. But, you know, like, check it out. Let me give you an analogy. You bring home this brand new dog, okay? And you turn your back for 5 minutes and it steals a defrosted steak on the counter and eats it. You fucking beat the dog within an inch of its life.
yuck, no.
But the dog brought it on himself, see? But see, the dog really didn't bring it on himself because the dog is too ignorant and not smart enough to know better, see? And that's how I look at Barry. He's ignorant. He's not smart enough to know any better.
I agree with that part. The only thing is I'd say is that I'd say every dog I've owned has been smarter.
But, you know, so I leave him alone these days, you know?
Yeah, look, I hear you because you're dead right. He is who he is. He ain't gonna change. Personally, the guy's got some fucking mental issues. Though he never admit it, but he is batshit crazy. I don't know what it is, fucking hell, Popeye, but the Philippines does fucking tend to attract them. That's for sure.
Dude, they're all there. They're all there. They're fucking, you know, people tell me, like Rain Man, you know, the fucking idiot you got in the live chat, they tell me, well, you don't know what you're talking about, Popeye. Philippines has changed. Dude, when I was stationed there, even the second time I was stationed there, it was fucking terrible. The expats. The expats were just out of fucking control.
Do you know, the thing is, Popeye, things do change, and I dare say it's a lot slower over there, but what doesn't change, and I think maybe this is where they get it wrong with you, is that the culture doesn't change. the culture of expats, the culture of the people is still the same.
Yeah.
No, Rayman, see that's a bullshit statement. Why would he be fucking jealous? There's no. That's ridiculous, Rayman. Yeah, Tony, I'm sure you do. I don't know if I'd call it sexual tension, but there's definitely tension there, Steve. But I'm going to pull you up on that one, Rayman. I mean, that's just a crazy statement right there.
See, Rain Man, I could get you to come out and say all your cliches. You know, that's a Bama cliche. That's a fucking Ren cliche. That's a fucking Baguio life cliche. That's that's your boy Steve's cliche. It's your boy Joey's cliche. Huh? You fucking just change your channel name to Mr. Cliche.
Now, don't give them. You're giving them fucking ideas now, Popeye. Cut it out. You watch, if someone will pop up soon, Mr. Cliche.
Oh, hold on a minute. I got to take the little man out. He's like telling me he's got to go.
No worries. Now, what's this? The culture of the bar girls that Popeye one is familiar with is the same, but was also changed. Uh, I don't think the culture of bar girls ever changes, and I'm not sure that was fucking all that Popeye was involved with, Rayman. You're making assumptions there, really. Yeah, I agree, 47. Yeah, lost. But when you say it's easy to do, it's easy when people are fucking kind of asking for it, and some people just don't know better. Um, they don't know when to leave some things alone. Oh, well, Rayman, anyone that's been to the Philippines will talk about the bar girls. It's the same as in Thailand. I mean, I know a guy who's happily married in Thailand and got himself set up really nicely there with his wife. They were living in the UK and now retired in Thailand. But they talk about the bar girls too, mate. Yeah, it does seem to 47. Football, yeah. The Patriots lost. Steelers won. Like you said, happy days are here again. Look, if we're all serious, none of us are fucking, we all probably got issues happy. Some have got just more than others, and some know fucking how to handle it, I guess. But what I'm not liking, and I'm seeing a bit of it, is that people can't drop shit. They can't just fucking forget something and move on. Oh, Jesus, Patrick. I don't know if I'd say they're my two favourite moments. Yeah, no worries, Tony. Thanks for dropping in, mate. You take care, bud. Hopefully catch up on the game sometime. And let's be fair to the Philippines. It's not just the Philippines. I mean, Southeast Asia has a bevy of fucking crazies. I mean, you can find them anywhere, but I think the Philippines has more than their fair share. That's for sure. Um, you got a Filipino bodyguard, Jesus Christ. It happy. It's a great format. There's some great shit on here, but take the grade out and then find that there's just some shit on here as well. Kind of just disappointing when some people use it just to attack others, and then haven't even got the balls to leave their live streams up. Something I couldn't understand is like when you do that, you're not willing to stand by anything you've said, or even if you're wrong, you're not willing to fucking face it and wear it. So it's pretty cowardly, pretty pathetic. Well, lots of them 47. You're going to get that no matter what. As I said plenty of times before, it's the nature of the beast. I mean, I hear totally different stories about Southeast Asia because my older brother, he used to own a bar in Phuket, and now he's got a place in the Philippines, Quezon City. He's had that for years now. Yeah, you're dead right, Happy. Definitely some people are addicted to it. Hell, even I've found myself a bit like that, but I've got other shit to do, and like I said, lately I've been enjoying playing fucking that World of Warships, and it's had my attention a bit lately, and catching up with my son, who's I think been here every night for the last week. I think mainly because I buy him dinner, so the fact that his mother's a bitch. Maybe some people, Steve. But I think
All right, what are we talking about now?
some people need to get out more, Steve.
Who's leading TV? The trifecta.
Oh, they're saying some people are addicted to YouTube and fucking I don't know, someone like that just hunts around for every fucking live stream they can find. Now, Trusty, you shit stirrer.
I like Trusty. Trusty is like me. He'll just like right in your face, tell you like it is. That's Trusty.
Oh, look, I've had my issues with Trusty in the past. Seem to get along all right these days. But I think to be fair to Trusty, a lot of that had revolved around Bama. So I haven't seen you around that much actually lately, Trusty. But then again, I haven't been around all that much either.
Actually, Trusty was on Roberto's show. I got to hear Trusty's voice for the first time.
Oh, well, damn. Fucking Roberto's fucking one of the lucky ones. Usually, I didn't catch that stream, so I never got to hear it.
But you know, so where's my Tui Kaba, man?
I'm not sure. He was on a little while ago now. on Heidi's stream, which was fucking early hours of the morning here, about 4:30 in the morning, something like that, 4:35. But my guess is fucking probably sleeping if he's not on the game, and he wasn't on the game when I went on there.
Dude, he sent me a fucking live stream request fucking at 6 a.m. this morning. And me and Hector were out like a light.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, what happened was he did a live stream. I was on there for a little bit. I crashed out myself because it was late at night here. But I told him that I asked him if he'd let you know. I know you like to know when the live streams are on. So that's probably why he got the message.
So I sent him a message back, and I told him, "Sorry, bro. I was passed out. Me and Hector were fucking catching 40 winks." And I caught his message at 0800 this morning.
Jeez. He's been pretty busy lately. I know he had to pick his old man up from the hospital and stay with him during the day to make sure he was all right. And then yesterday, he had to take him to a doctor's visit, so he was a little bit busy with his old man.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Oh, they're chalk and cheese. They're chalk and cheese, Popeye. Two totally different people.
Oh, dude, me and my father were totally polar opposites, but we got along good, you know. And I think he really came around, you know, because I was always into the geeky shit, you know. And he came around when I joined the military and stayed in the military. He was like, "Oh, my son." You know, my dad was born before the Great Depression, you know, so you got to consider his attitude.
Yeah, well, I remember when I was growing up, also mum and dad was always hearing what their generation put up with compared to what we had. But I think every generation can say that. I mean, what I had as a kid was, miles out of what my parents would have had, and it's the same now with my son. What growing up, what he had was fucking miles of anything I had. So I think every generation can probably say that, but I'm not so sure we can really compare to what they put up with during those depression years and the war years and just after that.
Yeah.
I remember parents talking about rationing and shit like that, and the only rationing I can ever remember in my lifetime was maybe once or twice with petrol. It might have been in that 70s period.
Yeah. Well, you know, Steve, my dad was a hard man, but a fair man. And that's just the way he was, you know. Uh, no getting around it. I mean, he was black and white. If you were wrong, you were wrong. If you were right, you were right. There was no in between with him, you know. And
Yeah,
I
you're
could
right with
accept
that.
that, you know.
I think that was that generation. There was no grey areas. I think grey areas have popped up more in our generation's Popeye.
Yeah.
I think things were more black and white back in the day, which probably made things a little bit more simple.
Yeah.
Maybe why life was better too.
No, I'll tell you, Steve, Trusty is more of a northern accent.
Oh, that's good to hear. I wouldn't like to think that Trusty was a hillbilly of any sort.
Oh, dude, Steve, I know you do. You always come into my live chat. You always, you know, dude, see,
Actually,
I'm not as thin skinned as people say I am. just
Actually,
that Rain Man is a piece of shit and he needs to go. You know?
actually, Steve, what I'd say about you is that you're a live stream whore, mate. You fucking. I think I've seen you just about every live stream I've ever visited. I always see you in there. Some that I might just go in and have a listen to and not say anything. I always catch you around.
Mm-hmm.
So we've
It's
got
like
18 watching, but only so many chatting. Lots of lurkers. Well, I hope you guys are getting some good sound bites. Hope you enjoy them. Hope you get off on them. Rayman, possibly because you've been aiming comments at him. Yeah, you're a lurker lost.
I'm giving you what you want, Rain Man. That's what you want. You want people to talk about you. You want attention, you know? In fact, you're one of those guys, their mother didn't give you enough attention when you were growing up. I know. I've seen that Freudian complex before, you know?
Oh, you are a southerner, Trusty. You wasn't on live. I don't know. If Popeye says he heard you on a live stream, I'm kind of going to believe Popeye there, Trusty.
Well, dude, Trusty, somebody come on as Trusty Shellback, okay? And let me go back and look. I could be wrong, Trusty.
Steve, I never try to do that because you end up so fucking wrong.
Rain Man, you taking quotes from your boyfriend JW, projecting. Okay, I didn't know you could, you know, formalize such big words into a sentence. You like the attention you're getting today, Rain Man? I got some more attention coming your way.
Oh,
Moving
so
around.
maybe trust someone might be using your name then.
I think
But I thought
somebody,
if,
yeah.
but I would have thought on Roberto's show.
Heriberto, man, he's been hammering the fuck out of the Orange Man.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know what's going on there because I mean I've heard Roberto have his say on shit, but I've never seen him get so fixated on one person before. But obviously there's a lot of shit going down, and I'm not surprised. The chair seems to fucking thrive on it. And personally, I think better off not giving him the time of day.
Yeah.
There's no point. Fucking, you can't say anything to him without him blocking you. Well, I don't know nothing about that, Patrick. No idea.
I thought the Navy was your best sport, Trusty.
Ah, Trusty, I thought you could have been a football sort of person. Did the Buccaneers win or lose?
They lost, but
And
it was another tough loss. It was, ooh.
because Andrew's saying the team they
And
were playing was losing at home and they were playing Buccaneers were playing away at it was home game for the other team who were losing their home game, so he was quite adamant that they were going to win that one. So,
and they're almost there, but you know, they just ain't got that, final push.
you know, it seems to me that the key to NFL is one having a real good quarterback, and then building a team around that quarterback. Maybe they're just lacking in their recruiting. I don't know. Rayman, he hasn't been using that much. I probably swear more than fucking Popeye does. He's probably not so much mad. He's just probably fucking sick and tired of the fucking rhetoric. The fucking going back and forth. Yeah, and Rayman, seriously, what you're angry at, or what you said was your first issue with him, or the only issue from what you said. Well, that's between Popeye, Ren, and Chixie. Well, maybe best not to get involved in it. Yeah, lots of regurgitated shit lost. That's what I'm saying. Like Rayman, just you need to drop it. Oh, well, you definitely haven't been using profanity, Rayman, but you've been having digs.
It's what I do. I always use profanity. I'm a sailor. That's what we do.
Geez, I don't think, to be honest with you, your swearing isn't as bad as fucking mine or Andy's. That's for sure.
It's like this morning. I sent a message to a Aussie friend of mine. I said, "Is it for fuck's sake or for fuck's sakes, plural? I need to know because I'm sending a professional work email."
Jesus.
I got that off your Aussie site. That was fucking great, man.
We've got a fucking sick sense of humour. Very, very crude Aussie humour, I think.
Yeah, I like that page. The Aussie page. Fucking 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 Andy sent me the link to it, and I joined up on it, and the memes they got in there are just friggin' hilarious, man.
Well, one thing I'd say is that with the Australians is they're not very politically correct.
And I like that.
Oh,
That is sad,
Rayman, I don't get it. Why can't you just drop it?
because he's a troll. He's a piece of shit troll. You can't let shit go.
Well, I don't know, Rayman. It just seems kind of ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. Well, obviously there's that shit between you, Rayman, and I seen that day. I said when it seemed that fucking Confucius ambushed him on my show that day. Um, how you guys are. So you're not innocent, Rayman, but not by a mile. I mean,
Yeah, this is what I've learned about trolls, like Rain Man. If you want to piss them off, block them, tell them they're a piece of shit, and tell them they're not welcome. And this is the response that they give you every fucking time. Every time.
Oh, Steve, you fucking troublemaker. Yeah, a couple of these um, you guys, if you took the time to actually fucking chat, and you'd probably find that fucking
There's
neither is as bad as.
there. He's been with his boys all this time, and nothing's going to change.
Rayman, again, I'm going to disagree with you because I tell you what, me and Andy fucking give Popeye a hard time. We have our moments, and he laughs it off, mate. So saying he's thin-skinned, nah, no, it's not something I would say about it. Rayman, that's not really true. I know you and Jerry are pretty close.
And
So
see, when you come out, with who they associate with, who they are with, and you out them, they get pissed. Ain't that right, Rain Man? You don't coordinate with anybody. I don't know. That's not what the chat boxes that I received a few days ago say. I mean, you and your boys, you got it coming. See, you just didn't want to leave me alone. So okay, we'll play.
hey, how you doing, Big Kev? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. You haven't seen tickets I put out anything for a while, Steve. Or hearsay, Rayman. But I'll go back to that day when you guys were on here. That guilt by association. Well, I think it's a bit more than that loss. Like I said, I've seen uh, Rain Man, Jerry, and Joey all. And to be fair to Rain Man, he's usually pretty reasonable in here, and him and Popeye might have a few digs at each other. But that particular day, Rain Man seemed to up the ante a little bit.
Oh no, Rain Man! I don't give out people's addresses, personal information about them. You and your boys do that, not me.
I
See,
can't say
all
I've seen
my
Popeye
work
do it. Popeye's been a
up on
victim
my
of it.
channel. Yeah, all my work is up on my channel. Okay, and Rain Man, I'm going to show you what true exposure means. See, giving people's personal information out and saying where they live and showing where they live, that's not exposure. That's putting, you know, that's actually putting somebody in danger. Right? But I'm going to show you what true exposure is right now. Okay, I'm gearing up for it. I got a whole campaign for you and your boys, just ready to fucking go.
What I don't get, Rain Man, is going back. Probably maybe 3 months ago, we had Popeye on the show, and he was saying he wanted to get out of all this shit and didn't want nothing to do with it. But you guys seem to be carrying on with it. I don't know what you're trying to do with that one there, Rain Man. But there's definitely a lot of butthurt people around, and some people are like a fucking dog with a bone. They don't want to fucking drop it and move on.
Yep. You, your boyfriend Jerry, Steve, Joey, all you motherfuckers wouldn't let it go. See? And I wasn't bothering any of you cocksuckers. But yet, you had to come in that day, right?
Yeah, lots that does happen. Definitely. kind of funny because I've heard Jerry say about he likes to jump in when there's a topic that he likes talking about or that interest him. Yeah, I see him on the Havoc show, and fucking, I don't think I've ever seen Havoc have a fucking decent topic or talk ever. He seems to like to laugh at shit and talk shit. So I do see there's a bit of a boys' club there. Well, maybe you need to go watch Bama's channel then, Rayman. Watch him, watch Frank.
That's basically his speed. He should go back to those channels. He was on them original.
Yeah, I've seen fucking Rayman. I've seen Popeye try to get out of this fucking shit. Yeah, we heard that Big Kev was doing it though. And it seemed that other people couldn't fucking drop it. Yeah, and I'll fucking be totally honest with you. I see Popeye spending more time with us in the game playing World of Warships than he does fucking on YouTube. And, he's definitely into fucking, having a bit of fun. And I don't think fucking he finds this bullshit with you guys all that much fun. Okay, he's gone back to his game channel. Well, there's instant failure right there.
Yeah, that's too boring for you, right, Game Man? Huh? You're right. That is too boring for you. You don't like
No,
gaming. You like the drama, man.
But he hasn't got the charisma. He doesn't
You're
have
like
the
a
charisma
fucking
to have a
gay
game
drag
channel.
queen, man. Like the drama, dude. It's okay. You can admit it.
I haven't watched the guy for a long time, so again, I just don't like Frank. I don't want to give the guy views. So now and again, I'll get nosy, I guess, like everyone else, and have a watch here and there. But thankfully, he hasn't been on too much, and even more thankful that I haven't fucking seen him for a while.
Who's that, Bama?
Yeah, I just, I don't want to give him the view. Like I can understand some people using YouTube as a way of making some money, and I have no problems with that, none at all. But fucking give the people something fucking in return, like have a good chat channel or have some sort of content on there, like Big Kev. You can go in there and hey, doing, Mr. Tux, Bobsy Lala, how you doing, matey? You can go have a good chat and maybe different topics get brought up in that. But with Barry, it's dribble. There is no good content. Definitely no fucking good conversations on there. Most times, from my memory, was fucking him just talking shit about fucking the trolls. And it's kind of funny. I heard him say one day that he schools the trolls. As fucking like, what the fuck? I don't think I've seen anyone ever fucking get so upset by fucking trolls. He's probably the easiest one to fucking set off, really. He missed the Roosters, Jesus happy. I don't know if we always make sense, Mr. Tux. Oh, okay, Bobsy, what's going on, mate? What's so exciting? The only thing of really note for me this morning was putting on the morning news. Through the auto. Jesus, Bobsy. No, for me, and I guess Popeye and you guys in the US have, it's probably been big news over there, is the American family, that women and children that were hijacked or gunned down by seems to be Mexican drug cartels, which is fucking horrific. And probably not a good thing for the Mexican cartels, because now I hear that your dash cam, I hear that the FBI are going to get involved. Now, the last thing that the fucking those cartels want is American law enforcement getting involved, because
They got
they won't fuck around.
they got President Trump's attention too.
They won't fuck around. They will send in the guys with the big guns. And they will shoot first and ask questions later. We've seen it before going into South American countries. You get their attention, fucking, they'll give it to you. They'll give it to you with fucking both barrels. Well, you know what, Rain Man? That's probably a fucking great offer. And if I was the Mexican president, I would fucking take up that offer, because Mexico seems to be, one of those places where it's, on one side, it'd be a great place to holiday and party, and on the other side, it's just a fucking gangster's fucking nightmare with these cartels. So, maybe that's what they need. I've even seen some documentaries where the Mexican law enforcement, those guys are getting murdered like fucking, like no one's fucking business. It's ridiculous. But I think now, after these women and children have been gunned down, they now have the attention of the fucking American government. And I hope the Americans are like a dog with a bone with this, and they don't fucking drop it. Mexico's just too close to home, and let's face it, those cartels, they're making their money, and they're making it out of the US. They don't make their money selling shit in Mexico. They're selling that shit in the US. That's where they're making their dollars.
5 whole viewers, Mr. Cox. Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, lost. It sounds like that, mate. It really does. And I think they fucking made a big mistake with this last fucking incident, because now, America's law enforcement eyes are on them. Obviously, from what the guys are saying here, Trump's eyes are on them. If they do send in the troops, it ain't going to be fucking pretty. Like I said, we've seen them do this in South America, at times where they just fucking run in. And I'm sure Mexican law enforcement would appreciate fucking some backup.
I did. You know the bad part about sending in the troops?
Yeah, mate, is that young American lives will be lost.
That's first and foremost. But the second thing is that you have a lot of cartel members that are federales.
Yeah, someone just mentioned that, and I agree. But I tell you what, I think, and I could be wrong here, Popeye, but I think a lot of those guys get involved because they're fucking scared of being murdered.
Yeah.
I've seen some documentaries where even the police forces over there are riddled with them, but it's mainly because they get to the people's families, and it's.
Now, Bob, you say it's time to send in the troops. Okay, is Australia going to send anybody?
I can tell you now, Popeye, if America asked Australia for backup over there, we'd be there. I don't think there's been one time where America have gone in somewhere and asked for backup where we haven't backed them up.
Yeah, I'm not banging on Australia, but what I am saying is, this is my point. I'm tired of going into all these different countries and none of these fucking NATO fuckers step up and come with us. Very few.
There is that, and I agree with you, Papa. But let's face it, to look at this in a realistic fashion, Mexico's fucking close to home for the US. And let's face it, their money's coming from the US. You know, they're not selling drugs in Mexico and making all that money. They're selling it in the US. That's where all their big cash. Hey, MJ, how you doing? And you know, when it comes to Mexico, that is very fucking close to home. You know, again, you know, you've got that issue that, you know, do you want to lose fucking young lives over there? No, you don't want to lose. But that's
why I want that wall to go up, man.
I don't think to be honest with you, I don't think the wall will really stop fuck all, Popeye. You know, that's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I'll stand corrected on it, but I don't think the wall is the answer to anything. The answer is fix Mexico.
It's actually part of the answer. Okay. I'm not saying the wall is the alpha and the omega and it's going to stop everything. But what it's going to do, it's an integral part in the rest of the plan to stop Mexico's cartels and illegal immigration over the border. It's just a part of it that we need.
So you've got to look at the illegal immigrant problem. And this is what I get pissed off with Australia too, because we're not fixing the issue. I think the biggest issue with illegal immigrants coming into the US is the fact that the current climate in Mexico. So maybe the way around it all and is go over there and fucking fix things up, help them fix things up, and don't do it like going in there and force yourself on them. Work with the Mexican government to fix it all up. I think that will fucking that will go a long way to fixing the illegal immigration problem.
See, but you're asking America to do country building again, okay?
No, but hang on, Mexico is on your doorstep, mate.
I understand that. Let me finish here, okay? And you saying America should go in there and fucking fix up the government, okay? That's country building, right? Mexico's got to clean their own fucking shit up, right? And then I got lost saying that the wall is mostly a joke. It's not a joke. They're actually putting up a real wall like what President Bush did. Okay, you put up a real wall like they're doing now, and then you're going to have choke points where you can catch all these idiots coming over the border with their drugs. Okay, and if it was mostly a joke, why are the Democrats crying about it? I mean, they piss money up the wall left and right.
See, you look at it as, you know, when you said country building. To me, I guess I see it from outside of America. My eyes are looking in, and I see it as it's helping to fix America. I mean, you've got an issue, obviously, with the illegal immigration. I think a lot of that illegal immigration comes from the fact of the current climate in Mexico. Fix that, and you fix a lot of the immigration issues.
Well, and see, and I got Aussies telling me, and like Kui Kaba, he's always telling me, "Oh, America thinks they're the police of the world. They go here, they go there," and I got other people like King of Clay saying, "You're imperialistic. You're this. You're that. You got your nose in everybody's business." But yet, when President Trump went in and killed the number one and number two guy in Syria, who's in charge of ISIS, and he retreated back to the oil fields to protect the oil fields and protect the troops, and mostly got out of Syria, everybody had a shit fit. So, you know, it's to me, it's like you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
I think there's more. Just one, me and Andy don't agree on a lot of stuff. Now, the world policing, I think people do see America playing that role, but I think it's a role that's been forced upon them. it's a role that suits the US because of their military power. I don't think anyone else could fucking do some of the shit that they've done. The drawing back in Syria, I understand why Trump did that, but then all the shit with Turkey blew up, and I think, I think, if I was Trump, I definitely would have been fucking a lot harsher on the Turks about that.
Oh no! Right now, the Turks and the Russians are looking like idiots. Okay, see, because now there's a 20-mile buffer zone between Syria and Turkey. Okay, and who's patrolling that zone? Turkey and Russia. Whose blood is going to be spilled in that 20-mile zone?
Syrian blood, mate.
It's going to be Russian blood and it's going to be Turkish blood. It's not going to be American blood.
Well, what I see is that I see the Syrians being the loser in that.
Oh, Syrians are the losers all the way around. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But as Bob Z. Lala would say, hey, Syria's not on my fucking doorstep. Isn't it?
And I hear him with that, but my take on it is a little bit different. Say, for instance, we've seen what's happened in the Middle East in recent times, and no issues with that. I mean, some of it had to be done. Some of it, it was a little bit fucking dicey. I probably would have done some of the shit that was done over there. But I see shit happening in African countries where they really do need someone to go in there and play policeman because, to be honest with you, the United Nations are a fucking toothless tiger.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
I have no respect for the United Nations at all.
Let me tell you about Africa, okay? I pray to God none of our troops ever go there, but some do. And I would not even send Rain Man to Africa to fight, okay? No, wouldn't do it. Wouldn't send anybody. Okay?
It's a fucking it's a minefield. Personally, I think they need something like that, but at the same time, I understand exactly what you're saying, Popeye, because you're going to have that same issue in Vietnam. You don't know who the fucking enemy is. At times, you're fighting children, which is just fucking disgusting. So I can understand and I can see your point. It's just
now take a look what Austin said. Well, so far it's been mostly Kurds' blood, not the Turks, Syrians, or Russians. You're absolutely correct, Boxy, but I got to tell you this: who would what? I'll tell you this with a question: what was the Russians' Afghan? What was the Russians' Vietnam?
Yeah, I have to agree too. The Kurds have been. I don't know what it is with those that particular group of people, but everyone seems to want to get rid of them.
Do you know what Russia's Vietnam was?
Afghanistan.
There you go.
Without
and I'm telling with this 20-mile buffer zone, and when they start putting all those refugees that are in Turkey, Syrian refugees that are in Turkey, into that 20-mile buffer zone, then all shit's going to break loose. You can mark my words. And President Trump knows this. Okay? Anybody with an inkling of military strategy knows it. Okay? This is what the Arabs do. They are great at guerrilla warfare. They are great at terrorism. They are great at blending in to the landscape and not looking like military, even though they are.
That's the key there, the terrain. It's the same as what Vietnam, the jungle warfare. and the in Afghanistan it's the same. It's the terrain.
Oh, dude, I like the Filipino people too much, Mr. Tux, man. I would never do that to them. No way. No way. All the great videos that are coming out of Philippines these days of fucking pissed off women because they're not wearing a helmet on their little trike. No way. I don't want any Filipinos involved in a war.
Yeah,
There you
look,
go.
I it's always in the back of my mind that no matter whether it's a police fucking action or fucking war or whatever, you see young men that are fucking paying the price for it. But my brother, who I had two brothers and my dad that were military. My brother was in infantry. Once said to me, because we were having this discussion, and he's right. And he said, he joined up knowing that shit could happen. That was, that it came with the job. It was to be expected. Nobody wants to die. No one wants to get shot or fucking injured. But
Yeah.
if you do join the military, that's part of it, Popeye. You would have had the same fucking shit when you joined, mate. You knew what was expected of you, and
Dude, I knew I had to. When I joined the military, I wrote a check, including up to my life. That's what I did. Okay, and dude, you don't even have to go to war to lose your life in, in the military. Okay, I'm not
yeah.
talking about war. You, you know what? One of the most 10 most dangerous jobs are in the world. One of
Oh
them is
God,
working on an aircraft carrier. I spent 3 years on an aircraft carrier.
I would
Dude,
have
you
said
walk
working
on
for
that
him.
flight deck. You wish what?
I was just going to say, I would have thought it would have been the American Postal Service.
You walk on that fucking flight deck and you turn your head the wrong way. It's dude, commanding officer is writing a letter to your mom and dad. Okay.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. The deck of a fucking carrier would be fucking. You'd need to which. I mean, there used to be a clip on YouTube of, I think it was is it the A-10 tank killers, the Warthog, of a guy
Yeah.
being sucked into one of their engines, and it was only lucky
Yeah.
that the jacket he had got caught on there, otherwise. And it was
Now,
very lucky that the pilot who was on ball, but he noticed pressure dropping or something and cut his engine straight away. So
let me address Bobsy. He said, not to mention the ISIS pricks that escaped. Yes, 100 of them did escape. But none of you ever mentioned that their number one and number two leader are dead as fucking doornails and have been dumped in the middle of the ocean. Number two, none of you have mentioned that we've cut off all their funding. They have no way to make money to reconstitute again. Okay. Because we're holding the oil fields, number three, and we're not going to let them have that money, right? And we basically have the country embargoed. You guys will all come up with the shit that, you know, that the mainstream media is crying about. But you sure as shit won't come up with any of the shit that's been done to stop these pricks. And was it not President Obama that said that ISIS is nothing but a JV team? And look how out of control it got. Do you remember that there, Mark?
look, uh, my worry with this taking out these leaders. I mean, yeah, something's got to be done, but they'll only be replaced with someone else, Popeye. I think I don't know what the answer is. I mean, it'd be nice to wipe them all out completely, but that's not going to happen. And like I said, you've got the same issues that you had in Vietnam. You really don't know who the fucking enemy is over there.
And here's another thing, right? Most prisoners that are in prison in that 20-mile buffer zone right now, guess where they come from? Their actual origins are England, France, Australia, right? Germany. And guess what? None of these countries will take them back. They disavowed them and took away their citizenship. But yet, the Americans got to stay there and take care of it. While these countries, who are NATO countries, do not even give up 2% of their GDP for the NATO forces. Explain that to me, Bobsy.
Yeah, I'm guessing that those people you're talking about, Popeye, at some stage been immigrants here, so that's why they would have had that status taken away from them. And we do have a big issue over here, and Bobsy knows it. Where we have immigrants over here who fucking honestly don't deserve to be fucking Australians, or definitely don't deserve our protection.
You guys are right, but you are wrong. You should take them back, either imprison them or put them to death for treason. But yet they won't do that because, see,
well, one, we don't have the death penalty here in Australia.
Exactly. Okay.
Two is, I'm kind of, with the issue we have here with some of these immigrants, Papa, my thoughts on it is that if we have someone that's immigrated over here and they either get involved in terrorism or any fucking serious crime, I agree, send them back to their country of fucking origin. I don't want those fucking type of people here. I definitely don't want my government spending fucking money on them.
Right. So, who's holding the bag? America's holding the bag in Syria right now. Okay. And see, you guys criticize how we hold the bag. If you're not going to participate, don't fucking criticize. And this leads me back to Europe. Fucking Europe was warned, do not have open borders. England was warned, don't join the EU. Now they're trying to get out of the EU. Okay? And now anybody can pass through these borders. No checks on them, anything like that. And look at all the terrorism all over Europe. Okay? See, you're lucky, Bob. See, you're an island. You don't have anybody on your doorstep. America doesn't have that luxury. European countries don't have that luxury.
That's a bit of a misconception, Popeye.
Okay.
For a long time, I mean, this is since I was even like a teenager, there's always been that worry of Indonesia. And Indonesia is right on our doorstep. And as you know, Indonesia's fucking, that place is packed with Muslims. But that's always been a worry for Australia. And to be honest with you, I'm not too proud to say this, that is the fact that they probably, the Indonesians haven't fucking probably acted because of our
nobody
fucking...
can enter your country by another country by foot, can they?
No, that's right. But it's only been the fact that we are allied with America that would keep other countries out of here.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Because they're not Jesus Christ. They can't walk on water. Okay?
I don't know, mate, but some of those bastards, I reckon they got in here fucking in matchboxes, mate. You tell them a matchbox floats and they fucking jump in it and try and get across here. We've had some serious immigration issues over time. That's why we now keep illegal immigrants offshore, because and I guess this is, where you have a decent argument over socialism and that, but when we did get illegal immigrants here, they were using our own law system against us.
Yeah, and they're doing it here, and these fucking socialists and Democrats are letting them do it and are helping them. Okay,
Yeah, and that I do have issues with.
look at all the terrorism that's gone on in France alone. How many more people got to lose their life? French citizens got to lose their life before that fucking government wakes up.
I think the cat's already out the bag. I'm not so sure. I mean, the next big one I see is because I mean I know that Germany took in a fucking whole heap of immigrants. I reckon we're going to see Europe blow up in the next few years. That's for sure.
Uh-huh. Now,
Um,
what's coming up right now? All the holidays, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, uh, fucking Hanukkah. It's coming down the pike, right? I guarantee you'll see one or two fucking terrorism incidents in either France or England this holiday season.
I mean that's a possibility. Australia's now fucking in the same boat. Um, I mean, I'm just waiting for fucking something to fucking blow up here. But definitely in Europe, I see a lot of trouble happening in Europe. Um,
And
I hope I'm wrong.
dude, I'd say the only people that we got on our doorstep that are decent are the fucking boring ass Canadians. Okay, and motherfuckers go to bed at 1800. You know,
I,
fucking wake up at old
I
Jack there.
see. I mean, obviously, fucking, I'm not an American citizen, and so my my, uh, my views are going to be slightly different. But and I may be wrong with this, but it doesn't seem like a lot of the when it comes to terrorism, anyway, it's not the Mexicans that are a problem in that respect. It seems to me that most Mexicans are going to America for that chance of a better life, Popeye. And I don't really have a problem with people doing that. My
I
problem
do.
is that my problem is
I do because
get in line and do it legally.
I have a big fucking problem with it when they do it illegally. All right, Uh, because it just taxes our government system. Okay, and they take advantage of our government system. Right, and you think about it, dude. Let me see you cross the line and go into North Korea. You'll be dead 48 hours later. They're not going to give you fucking health care, right? No, they're not going to give you a stipend once a month till you get on your feet. Fuck no, right? They're going to kill you, right? Let me see you try to get into Philippines, and let me see you try and get health care in Philippines. You know, let me see if you can, go there and they'll just let you fucking stay and use the whole government system. No, that don't happen.
Yeah.
They don't even have fucking health care for their own fucking people.
Yeah, Bob's is right. We are now having enough problems here with fucking these nutters preaching fucking jihad and all that shit over here, and they are getting brainwashed. And Bobsy, this is where I kind of see a lot of the views of this about the socialist. We tend to be too soft. We're not fucking addressing those issues.
But you know what I will never do? I will never criticize your government. You know why? Because it's your government. You have to live with it, not me. Right?
Well, that's true, but again, Popeye, everyone, like you've got a right to opinion, and you know what? Most times, if you were to criticise the Australian government, you'd probably find Bobsy and myself would probably agree with you most times.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't have an issue with anyone that wants to,
No,
criticize
because
our
in my
political system.
country, I've never lived there, and I'm not going to criticize your country, right, or your
But,
government.
but you have
And
a right to an
what
opinion,
Rain
mate.
Man is saying, foreigners can pay into the Phil Health Care Center. See, Rain Man, you're not even paying attention to what we're friggin' talking about. What we're talking about here is illegal immigrants. Okay, if I was an illegal immigrant, like some people that are in Philippines right now, they're not going to get free health care. They're not going to get welfare. They're not going to get food stamps. Philippine government ain't going to give you any of that, especially when they don't give it to their own citizens. Okay, you pay. You want to play? You pay. Welcome to Philippines. And that's what I want America to become. If you want to come to America, you fucking pay. Okay?
Yeah, we got that same issue, obviously on a much smaller scale, but we kind of have very similar fucking problems, just on a very minor scale compared to what the US has. But
Now,
you know,
here,
immigration. I'm not anti-immigration. I'm anti fucking people coming here illegally, which it seems to be
yeah.
your issue as well.
Now, here, let me tell you about healthcare. We got Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and and Buttigieg. They're all talking about free healthcare. Okay? Now, fuck. The CBO come out and said under these three plans that these three candidates have, it would cost $52 trillion. Can you tell me where the fuck America is going to get $52 trillion from?
Yeah, well, you're not going to fucking just find that in the fucking under your couch.
And economists have come on the news, different news station, and said even if we were to tax every American citizen 50%, we would come up short $48 trillion.
Yeah, yeah, Rain Man. That seemed to be the case over here as well. That the legals are having more rights than the citizens at times, which is why now when we do get hold of illegal immigrants, we hold them offshore, so they're
Raymond,
unable.
people even spend $1 trillion on the military here. Okay, listen to the number again: $2 trillion. Health care for everybody.
Jesus, Bobsy, you're a shit stirring bastard.
Even if you
uh,
even even if you tax evil billionaires like the Mexican Jew, you would only come up with $4 trillion. Okay, you can't even pay our national debt with that. We're at $22 trillion of the national debt. Okay, it's
Jesus.
like the the math. All right. So when I hear people saying health care for all, it's your right to health care. You know what? It's your right to breathe. It's your right for freedom. It's your right to go to work. It's not your right to have health care. If you want something, go get it. Get off your fucking dead ass. I mean, dude, we got plenty of Americans in America here that the only time they get off the couch is when their fucking welfare check comes in, right? Yes, we know you're deplorable. I don't know about you guys, but I want Elizabeth Warren and AOC and Maxine Waters micromanaging.
You're fucking sick, fucker, Steve.
Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I want, yeah, okay. Steve, put the bottle down, step away from the bar.
There's probably one too many.
Oh, did you hear what happened on Monday Night Football?
No.
A black cat ran
Oh,
on.
yes, it was on the news. Yes, on the news. Was it the New York and someone playing?
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
at the Giants field.
yeah, I did. They had that on the news this morning. They showed that poor bloody thing was scared, fucking shitless, fucking everyone chasing it around. Well, it was. Well, one good thing is it could only be unlucky for one side, and I heard they got pretty well. It was a one-sided game. MAGA. Who was that? Maga.
He ran into the end zone though.
maybe the Buccaneers.
He's
Buccaneers
on
could
the
use a player.
50, he's on the 40, he's on the 20, he's on the 10. There he goes into the end zone. Touchdown.
I think, yeah, the Buccaneers could probably use that cat.
Uh, so what's the matter with
What's
Lost? Connection isn't good enough today to come on.
yes? What was the issue he had? Yeah, San
I can.
Francisco.
They got Jimmy Garoppolo, man. Dude, he's like Tom Brady fucking Jr. All right. Fucking, I was pissed when Bill Belichick gave him up.
Yeah, but you can't have a. The guy was never just going to sit there and play second fiddle to Tom Brady, mate, all that time.
I know Tom Brady's talking about playing.
No, not really. I mean, I'm just kind of surprised that at his age he's still performing like he is. No worries, lost. But kind of surprising. Who beat the Patriots anyway?
Oh, that was the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. Gee, it's not really a side that you'd expect to. Mm.
Dude, they got this new quarterback, Lamar Jackson. This guy, holy shit. He ran in himself 2 touchdowns.
Jesus. Well,
Yeah,
like I
I
said,
don't think
well, that's the thing, Rainbow. And I mean, it's what made the Patriots in it is that having a fucking good quarterback and then building a team around that quarterback. Um, I don't know what the Patriots will do when they lose Brady. I don't know if they've got anyone sitting on the sidelines waiting to jump in. Maybe Rayman. Some guys would take those hits.
well, we'll see. We will see. Time will tell. I've seen guys like this come out of the gate hot. Right? Who was it? That guy that played for them. They ruined him. Um, I can't think of his name. It's called he's just like Lamar Jackson, and they ruined him. He had a great opening season, but then after that, he got hit a couple of times, went down, and that's it. And his career ended. Bang, gone.
I'd probably be more
Yeah,
worried about a guy that starts off that good because my memory back in that 70s period with the Steelers, our quarterback just had a Alzheimer's moment, but he started off shit and he just got better and better. So I kind of worry about anyone that starts off with a flying start, because if you start off on top, there's only one way to go, fucking, and that's down, I guess.
There's only two quarterbacks that I know started off flying and kept flying. Okay, that's one, Tom Brady.
Yep.
And the
Joe
other
Namath?
one, no, fuck Joe Namath. He's an alcoholic. That fucking
You fucking
is Joe Montana.
okay. So I'd have put Joe Namath in there as well.
He only won one Super Bowl, and after that, he was no good.
Yeah, look, the thing is, there's been some fantastic players in the NFL, Popeye, that have never even won a Super Bowl, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
It's
mean,
just,
look at
that's
how
the
many
nature of the
times.
beast.
Look at how many times Tom Brady have deprived non-Super Bowl winners from winning the Super Bowl. I mean, case in point.
You prick. But Joe Namath is one of those players I'd say sort of started off well and did pretty well through his whole career. Steve Young, I don't know if you could say he had a great career. Rayman wasn't
He had a
a
good
long one.
and he fizzled at the end, though, like all quarterbacks do. You know, at the end they fizzle.
I'm just trying to think of the name of the quarterback. I mean, fucking hell, should know it.
Oh, you know who I was thinking of? RG3.
Who's that?
RG3. He played for the 49ers. He was a quarterback.
Okay.
And dude, he started out hot. And then his sophomore year went to shit.
I mean, it's a bit like that Ben from the Steelers now. He started off well in his rookie year, and his second year, I think, won the Super Bowl, but then went fucking kind of downhill from there. But the quarterback from the Steelers in that 70s period, when they had the steel curtain and all that, oh, fuck, why can't I remember his name? He started off fucking shit, throwing the ball away, intercepted all the time. But then he came back. Barry Sanders, I know that name. Lost.
Yeah.
Didn't he pass away?
Did you know history in the NFL could have been made Sunday?
How's that?
If the Patriots won and the Dolphins lost and the Jets lost Sunday, the Jets and the Dolphins would have been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. And the season's only halfway through.
Jesus. I have to admit it, the Steelers are fucking
I agree with Steve. And see, that's what I'm talking about. It all depends on your coach, man. Your coach can put you in a very vicarious situation where he could piss your talent away.
Yeah.
Man, you're subscribers to their football, man.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are American, quite a few Canadians, so I'm not surprised with the NFL, which is good because actually, to be honest with you, I'll probably be more interested in the NFL than I have AFL lately. Just I'd like to see the fucking Steelers go on a bit of a win streak here because they lose another couple of games and I'd say that'd be their season over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
RG3 was good. No one knew how to play him, but once they figured out his moves, then they could do anything. RG3 was a flash in the pan. Well, I don't know him, so
dude, if Bill Belichick ever had RG3, he'd be playing today still. Okay.
that's a good point, Popeye. Your coaches are everything. And unfortunately, the fucking good coaches are fucking like hen's teeth. Rare, very rare.
Very rare. I mean, he was a great talent, man. Don't get me wrong. RG3 was a great talent, but they pissed that talent away. That coach that he had was a fucking blooming idiot.
That's a shame when that happens. Now, I think Fairy Rayman, that should be FAIR. The wrong kind of fairy. Now, I'm wondering how much longer the Steelers will keep their coach. I mean, I guess being a Super Bowl winner, that'll keep him in there for a while. But I know in AFL football, a little bit different. They're a little bit more cutthroat with their coaches.
Well, if you can only evolve and adapt if your coach lets you, right? Because the coach designs all the plays. Okay? The coach can make or break you. I don't give a shit how fucking talented you are.
And you know what, Rayman? I'll put in here too. He's only as good as the offensive players around him. If he doesn't have the players around him, Steelers don't fire coaches. Well, that's probably that could be a mistake right there, Steve. It does seem AFL over here is a lot more cutthroat with coaches, but I
Dude,
guess
when
once
you
your
were
coach
once
wins
a
the Super
starter
Bowl,
and now you're a backup, oh man, your career is over. You go from starter to backup instead of backup to starter. Oh, career's over,
yeah, but
dude.
that happened. That happened to the guy that I was talking about. I can't, what's his name? Bradshaw. Bradshaw. He
Yeah,
fucking started off shit as fucking threw the ball away fucking probably more than any other fucking quarterback in that time period. I think he ended up becoming a backup for a while, and then came back into it, and he really blossomed. Although again, um, a lot of that had to do with the offensive team and defensive team that they had at the time. I mean, a quarterback can only do so much. You need the players around him.
I never blame it on the quarterback. Okay, there's only a few things you can blame on the quarterback, like a bad throw. Okay, fucking,
Calling a bad play.
uh, yeah. If you call the plays and you call a bad play, that's your fault. Okay, only to a certain extent though, because remember now, the coach designs all the plays with all his other coaches. Right?
Hi Nathan, how you doing, mate? I'll put a link in if you want to jump on, buddy. You know, and that's one of the funny things about NFL because I've been watching so many fucking documentaries and show on how much the coach is the guy calling the plays from the sideline there, and I understand that too because he's watching the whole game and he can see everything that's happening out there. But honestly, I would have thought that the quarterbacks would have had more say in the plays that they ran. It's what a lot of people don't understand about NFL. One of the things I love about the game is the strategy. It's more than just fucking a heap of big guys hitting each other. It's almost like a game of chess at times with NFL.
Yeah. Who the matchups are going to be.
Yeah, I love that part of it, and and there's nothing better than watching one of these running backs find that fucking space, the fullback or whatever, and running through and fucking. I mean, I don't know how some of those guys find those fucking those spaces in there, um, but again, it comes down to the strategy and the tactics and. I know Pagani, you only got another couple of days, mate, now left in the Philippines. That's all right, Nathan, no worries. I know Popeye likes seeing the fucking Patriots fucking flog everyone they play. But even if it was my team, I still like to see a good game. Good, close game's a good game.
But see,
Coulda, shoulda,
when my
woulda.
team loses, I can take it like a man. All right. Because it's not often we lose. All right. It's not often we lose. All right. I mean,
Well, that
fucking,
can change it. That can change at the fucking drop of a coin, mate.
fucking, dude, 8-1.
Oh, you fly today, and that's all right, mate. Hope you have a fucking safe flight, bud. Safe trip home. But yeah, look, I mean, it's part of the fucking football is hammering each other, and when you're winning, giving shit. But the ones I don't like, Popeye, are when their team goes bad, how they jump ship, like fucking rats.
Dude, dude, I, I even stuck with my Patriots in the 80s when they come out all coked up and lost against the 85 Bears in the Super Bowl. Okay. I stuck with my fucking Patriots in the 90s, even though those fucking idiots in Colorado, fucking what the Broncos fucking used to always beat up on them. Okay. I stuck with my Patriots in the early 2000s when we kept going against Peyton Manning. Win, lose, or draw, I'm a Patriots fan. And nobody can ever push me off that.
Just a good question for you guys. Peyton Manning, did he have a brother that played as well?
Yeah, he played.
Oh,
He's gone from starter to backup. The New York Giants.
okay. Because I'd seen the name and I wondered if it was Peyton's brother. Is Sam Diamond a bust? I don't know what that's supposed to
Sam
mean.
Donald. I know exactly who Sam Donald is. Okay,
Yeah, Choker, that's it. Eli Manning. That's the one. Yep.
Eli. Eli is now a backup quarterback for the New York Giants. They took him out. Said, "Fuck you. You're not getting it done."
Mm. Like you said before, it's a bit like baseball when you've gone from the major league and they send you back to the minors. Probably
You know what I really
I
want
would
to
get
see
that.
happen? You know what I really want to see happen this season? I want to see Tom Brady win another Super Bowl, and then a few days after the winning of the Super Bowl, he retires.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go out on a winning note like that. But when it comes to the Super Bowl, the one thing I've fucking learned over the years is that it's fucking any dog on the day, mate. You can have an undefeated team go into the Super Bowl, and uh, that bubble can get burst real quick.
Dude, we were going to in '85. We went up against guys like the Refrigerator. Oh my god! All right.
I remember that name. Jesus. That's
Yeah.
gone back to the 80s, isn't it? That would have been around that mid-80s.
Back in 1985. I was actually in Philippines by fucking, Dustin Hoffman's little brother there was in junior high.
Yeah, that's right, Nathan. The best team on the day will win. As it was, well, I guess the other side of that is sometimes the best team doesn't always win the Super Bowl. Like I said, you can have an undefeated team go through and still lose on that big day. It's the same as
Oh, dude, I've seen some shitty Super Bowls, man.
Yeah, there's been some blowouts. But
And
I mean, like I said, I'd rather see the close game.
You know what I really hate? When somebody comes up and they're rooting for their team, and then they get a couple of players hurt, and then they say, "Oh, we lost because we had this player out, that player out. We would have won. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Six half dozen the other. You know what you're in for."
You know,
I mean,
I hear what you're saying, and I agree. I guess a good team has always got guys ready to fill in those spots, or should have anyway. But I mean, say for instance, say the last Super Bowl we had with the Patriots. You can't say that if you had lost Brady for that game, that might not have turned the game around. It can have an effect on especially if it's a key player. And obviously Brady is a big part of the success there at the Patriots. I mean, obviously he's got the team around him, but at the end of the day, he's the general on the field.
dude, we have lost two receivers. The Patriots have lost two receivers, Antonio Brown and Josh Gordon. Okay? They're gone.
Yeah, but Antonio Brown never really. He played one game, didn't he?
He only played one game and he fucked up off the field and they kicked him out. They said, bye bye, you. All right. Now, I could sit here and say we would have won that game against Baltimore Ravens if we had Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown that night.
Yeah, then you're getting into the hypothetical, aren't you?
Yeah, but we didn't. See? And we have to go with what we got. Okay. And we got a lot of people coming back from injured reserve. But what I do know, is once those people that are coming back from injured reserve get back into the groove of things, Patriots are going to be humming along again. All right. It's just like last year when we lost against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They all come out and said, Patriots are done. Tom Brady is washed up. What happened? What happened in February? Can you tell me, Thunder?
Yeah, they won the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
that's a bullshit one where they have a bad game and then everyone comes out saying that's it, they're done. I mean, that's just crazy. And something you said before, this where a good coach comes down to it is keeping that mindset of the players fucking in a winning, keeping that winning mindset going. It wouldn't be easy to keep those players all hyped up every week after week. No worries, and Nath. Well, that makes him a good player, Rain Man. If you're not having a good game, but you still find a way to win, I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Fuck you, chicken choker.
Yeah, we even heard about that one over here, Joker.
Oh man, yeah. When you're a Pats fan, you're just you better be able to take the insults, man.
That ball deflating, that was a big one. But I
I
think
mean,
that's the difference between a good and an average fucking quarterback is if you're having a bad game and still manage to fucking find a way to win, that's what makes you special.
yeah. I mean, and see, I'll tell you why the Patriots have been winning all these years. Bill Belichick. The guy knows how to motivate people. He knows how to come up with plays. The guy is the ultimate coach. He will go down in history. He will be above Tom Brady. Okay? Tom Brady is second potato when it comes
I
to
think,
Bill Belichick.
I don't disagree about coaches having that much influence, but it, if I guess it's a bit like the AFL over here, it does come down to smart drafting. You if you don't have the players, even the best coach will still lose if he doesn't have a good team there to fucking work with. And how many times have we seen the number one or two draft not make it, and someone that's drafted way down the line becomes a fucking champion? I think.
See, that's what Bill Belichick does. He takes the whole barrel, he dumps it out, and he looks for the gem in the shitstorm. And he always finds it, man. And if you're that type of person, you can have a really good fucking team. Really good team. Telling.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes having those all-star players um, doesn't always make a good team.
Oh no, because dude, when you got too many stars, it's like the old saying, too many cooks spoil the soup.
Yeah, yep. We got that saying, yeah, too many cooks spoil the broth.
Yeah.
And that's true. Uh, I guess there's a fine line between those star players and the good team players. You know? Yeah, I seen you lost. I got you there, mate. Sometimes you give up a
Woo!
good
Thank you.
player.
My will is about to give in to these hookers.
Sometimes it's the smart coach will give up a star player to get a couple of good team players in there. How are your Saints going there, Lost?
They are kicking ass.
Hopefully they won't get fucking ripped off like they did last year, mate.
I know.
That was kind
Seven
of
and
sad.
one, same as the old Patriots over there that old ding dong Popeye likes.
Well,
We
the
call
only
him.
thing I really need from you, Lost, is your address so I can send you some Kleenex. And,
Lost. Andy calls Popeye comrade, and I've been calling him the socialist lately, but we don't get a bite out of him. He just laughs. He laughs at us.
That's why you got to call him ding dong or something else.
Nah, he's not. This is where some of these guys have got it wrong. He's not fucking. He's not thin-skinned like some of these fucking people say. And he definitely has a sense of humor. And,
Oh, he's thin skinned with the right subject.
oh, okay, all right. I
well,
haven't really seen.
isn't isn't everyone?
That is true. That is
All
very
right,
true.
all right. So don't
You
be a
just gotta
base.
like anybody. You just gotta if you
Dude,
want to get underneath that skin, you gotta know where the buttons are, right?
dude, you could be a Democratic operative with the way you fucking.
Hey,
You son of a bitch! Don't you ever call me a Democrat?
Hey, Randall, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Popeye, get
You've
this.
gone too far. You stepped over the line.
You need to hear this. Our lost, the Buddhist, the peaceful one, the how would you say it, Mr. Calm and Collected, lost it in the game of World of Warships, mate. He got so pissed off with someone that he ended up team killing someone and got a fucking. He was pink for 11 fucking battles.
Oh,
Hey, that was supposed to stay in the game. It's like Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
oh,
He lost it. He lost it, mate. He torpedoed one of his
Well,
teammates and
Popeye
fucking.
knows what I'm talking about. You got a moron that runs not just one time, but then he does it again. Well, it's time for you to take 3 torpedoes to your broadside. All right.
The record, Sinister had the record. We thought it was fucking crazy that he got 8 battles he was pink for. Lost got 11. Now, that is an extreme Buddhist.
oh.
And to be honest with you, Lost, I was kind of surprised, man. I just
Well,
never.
what I was surprised about, I was like, okay, I'm going to have the penalty thing for a while, right? But they would only allow me to play the co-op battles. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, obviously that had to do with the.
What I really hate is when the game starts. Okay, I'll tell you, you gear up, you hit the key, you go full flank, and all of a sudden, some piece of shit like Lost just cuts right across your fucking bow.
Oh fuck! I hate that.
All right, dude. And when somebody does that, you automatically know they know nothing about maritime rules.
I
See?
That one is one I hate, and the other one is when I'm firing at a ship at long distance, and some bastard will get in there and go close quarters combat to the point where there's fucking, you know, cigarette paper fucking between them, so you can't fire at the enemy without fucking hitting your own teammate.
Yep. You got to stop firing, you know. And the thing that I hate, they sit off and they wait, and you've pounded the fuck. You've hit this motherfucker 50 times, and then they just jump in there at the last minute and take the fucking kill shot.
Uh, yeah.
That's something an extreme Buddhist would do.
See, the when it comes to sinking ships, I don't care. I mean, I can nearly take an enemy down to nothing, and someone else will kill it. That doesn't bother me because it's a team game, and the idea is to get rid of those ships as fast as possible. So that part of the game doesn't bother me. To me, it's you know you're all in there to fucking just sink ships.
I
So as
agree.
long as you're sinking
But
ships,
when you got a ship and you're ready to click the button and you know that motherfucker's gonna die when you do, and the idiot jumps in there and goes boom boom, like you say, close as a cigarette paper.
ah,
That
yeah,
pisses me off.
that does, yeah, that's one of my pet hates too. Now, how you doing, MJ? Back again? Lots of gay boys in the Buddhist religion. Just what you heard. Well, I don't know about what you heard. I think that's fucking you start all those rumors, MJ.
What rumors did he start?
He says lots of gay boys in the Buddhist religion. It's just what he heard.
Ah, that little brown motherfucker is just a spiteful asshole.
I mean, there's a lot of names I'd call MJ. Spiteful's probably not one of them.
Oh, he is very spiteful. Trust me. You don't want to get on his second bad
I always thought of him more as just a fucking shit stirrer. It's what you do. Yeah, it is what you do, MJ. I tell you what, some of you guys, you really have the knack of getting under people's skin. Some bloggers got banned from Fortnite for using. There's always someone wants to cheat, Randall. much about that Fortnite, Randall. Never played it. Probably not really interested in playing it. World of Warships a bit different because I fucking I look like the idea of these running around in these old warships and there's Popeye and Lost. No, I love the battleships. Going down the US line with all the battleships. So looking forward to. I think I'm going to buy the Arizona, and next one on my tier is the Colorado. I'm looking forward to getting that too. But that Colorado's got some fucking big guns, 456 millimeter, I think. Can't wait to put that in the side of fucking Lost Ship.
I want to get one of those tier 7 or 8 fucking destroyers.
Yeah, just hang back a bit though, because once you start getting up to the, especially around that tier 8, you've got all the fucking players that have been up playing for about since the game began. So the gameplay will get a lot harder. And I'm just sitting around that tier 6 at the moment. So
You mean just like the Ted movie? Oh yeah, harder.
Holy shit. I mean, I like the look of it. I mean, what did I see the other day? Fucking some of those destroyers that you're talking about, they're doing 40 knots and you can bump them up to nearly 50 knots.
Yep.
That's fucking insane.
Dude, the cruiser that I got can do 33 knots.
Yeah. See, once you get up to those tiers 8, 9, and 10, some of those battleships will do over 30 knots. But at the moment, all the ones I got, they're sitting around that anywhere from 18 to 22 knots, 23 knots. Barry got Axe on Enrique's live stream in a polite way. Oh, okay.
Why y'all need to bring up the B word? Jeez.
Yeah, I think
Bring up
it's
no
the same. Like Popeye and I are fucking done with that fucker. He's I don't want to give him any fucking more time than fucking he deserves. He wanted to shoot out.
The only thing I brought up today, Loss, was what a douchebag you are. You know?
Well, I mean, when you're speaking the truth, what can I say?
And the truth is, Lost has
That's
a bad
Mr.
temper.
Douchebag to you, by the way.
And if you ram Lost in the fucking game, he will fucking torpedo you.
That's right.
Actually, what I said earlier, fucking, you would have made a great kamikaze, man. Because fuck, sometimes you just fucking you go in there and no retreat. Fucking.
Get yourself a Japanese ship. Maybe they won't penalize you for kamikaze in your own. Oh, dude, somebody will make hay out of that stage.
So I watched some a few videos of the game, like tactics, and what some of these top guys do with the destroyers, they kind of run in there kind of crazy, but they only run in just to basically find out where all the other ships are, and then they haul tail back out of there.
I'm going to give you. This guy must be really into the game, and obviously, when they bring out new ships, they give them to him to test out. I'll put the link to his thing in here. He does some really good videos on what good ships are, what the bad ships are, the good and bad points of different ships. Sometimes he gets a bit carried away, but some of his work's pretty good. I don't mind watching it to see what different ships are like. And
Well, a ship is only as good as its captain.
That is true, but it's nice knowing the capabilities. Like, for instance, with the battleships, some battleships, with the tactics, sometimes we use Popeye just sitting back behind the fleet and lobbing in shots. Some battleships are designed as brawlers, where they can go into the middle of it, mate, and they can take so much shit that they fucking you can go in the middle of another fleet and just hammer them.
Well, see, the one battleship that I got, it takes like 25 to 30 seconds to reload.
That's all of them, yeah.
And that's forever in the game, man.
It is, but then when you're getting up to, like, say for instance, the Warspite, the New Mexico, they're not too bad. But then you get up to something like the Colorado with those big guns. You only need one salvo on a cruiser, and the fucking thing's gone, mate.
Oh yeah, but if you don't know how to use the sighting system.
Oh yeah, yeah. You've got to be a decent shot. The other thing too is that, and I didn't realise this until recently, because I'm just used to the battleships, but with the battleships we can fucking repair our ships. Other ships can't do that.
Yeah.
That makes a fucking big difference.
And see, they make up for it. That's why I like the cruiser. It's like 10 seconds between reloading time.
Yeah, even less than some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But cruisers are deadly. And the other thing about cruisers, but no one uses them properly anyway. Like, really, when you're in a game like we are in, the cruisers really should be out there and taking out those destroyers before anything else. Because
That's the first thing I go after, man.
yeah, because destroyers for a battleship, they really are a fucking thorn in your side. I know you lost me on that one, sister. I think I know what you're referring to now, Randall. Is that the story of the chair coming out of the airport and getting taken to a bar or something by a cab driver? But I'm kind of, I tell you what's really bugging me with the game at the moment is when you get certain players will just hang back and they don't get involved in the battle, and or I've gone into support a couple of cruisers, and when I've got there, they bug out, and next minute I've got like 4 ships fucking bombarding me.
Dude, yeah, when they gang up on you, that's it. You're fucking done. The only thing you can do is tuck tail and try and run.
Yeah, and even then, so I had one time where I got out of it. I played with this fucking really hot team of guys. They must be all experienced players, and it was in the random battles. And I remember I went in there, sunk a ship, and then I got fucking mugged by about 3 or 4 ships. And next minute, someone on the messages there, cover thunder, and next minute, man, fucking. About 3 ships came out of nowhere, and yeah, they saved my ass. I managed to get out of there. Fucking,
Yep.
but that's the difference with a good team and a bad team.
Now, if you want to take out a fucking battleship, I'll tell you the best way to do it. Fucking close quarters.
Torpedoes.
No, you don't even need a torpedo. Close quarter. Because if you like with my cruiser, if you get close
Yeah,
to a battleship and you
I
start
know what you're going to say.
fuck out of him,
And you can get around before his guns can get around to train on you.
yep.
I've had that. I've been in that position myself. Yeah, a good cruiser good cruiser commander. Yeah, if they get in there close and they start circling you, you just can't fucking get your guns to train on them. But for me, because of the way that works with that Citadel, torpedoes fucking that's what always gets me.
Mm-hmm. Because if I hit a battleship from long distance, the first thing I do is fucking turn tail and start running. He's gonna train all his shit on me, and he's gonna hit me with the AP, and I'm gonna be at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that myself, and yeah, been lucky enough to get a couple of good Citadel hits on cruisers, and bang, they're pretty well gone. But I guess that's why I like the battleships. It is a pain waiting that 30 seconds for a reload, but you can dish out the damage, but you can take it as well. But it's kind of like ice hockey. That's how I look at it. It's a kind of 2-on-1 game. You know, the idea if you can get 2-on-1, 3-on-1, then you know that one is fucked. Okay, what are you doing, Lost? You went quiet. You lost connection again?
No, I was stopping. Got me a little something to eat, so I was chomping on it.
Oh, mate, it's just fine. You can fucking eat and talk here.
Yeah, I had to go something. I haven't ate off. Well, I had breakfast. I didn't kind of skipped out on lunch today.
No worries. So, fucking, when are you going to fucking... I know you love your destroyers, but what are you thinking of the cruisers now?
No, I like the crew. I mainly play the cruisers, actually. Like
Oh,
when we
see, you
played
would
the
play
other day, I
destroyers.
mostly played with the Phoenix.
Yeah, because we were complaining that we wanted tier 5 ships.
Yeah, and I forgot what the tier 5 cruiser is called now that I just got.
There is some nice ones there. The Atlanta, even the Dallas isn't too bad for a cruiser, but I'm not sure who at those low tiers who has the best ones. But I know as they get higher, the American cruisers are pretty good. But at the moment, I've gone down the American line, so most of my ships are American. The only non-American ship that I kind of run at the moment is the Warspite, the English battleship. That's a pretty good ship, pretty agile, not bad for accuracy either. At the moment, I love the New Mexico, but the shots do disperse a little bit too much. So
Yeah, I kind of like the versatility a little bit of the cruiser, especially ones that got the torpedoes on them. So you get some decent guns to take out the destroyers. But if you come across the big stuff, then you have the torpedoes to help put a lot of damage onto them.
I don't know what's going on. And Andy fucking put me onto it. Is that the higher tiered cruisers in the US line, they don't have the torpedoes. So I'm not sure what's with that.
Some cruisers don't, but they'll have all the extra guns
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
for the torpedoes.
and the US line breaks off into two distinct types of cruisers. One is a light cruiser, and
Yes.
another one's a heavy cruiser. But I've had a couple of...
They start with They start. I think it starts in. Well, no, in tier. I think tier 5. There's a couple different ones. So I think that 5, but it really starts breaking off big in 6. I think there's like 3 different. At least in the American line, I think there's like 3 different cruisers in tier 6, tier 7, or something.
I had a couple of times now where I've come across an American cruiser called the Atlanta, and that fucking thing is a... Mate, the fucking thing's disappeared in front of my eyes at times, and then other times I've fired at it and fucking trying to hit the thing. Oh my god! I mean, it's bad enough trying to hit a destroyer, but that thing, Jesus! I'm not sure
some of them
what tier.
cruisers will move around like 35 knots and stuff. So They got some giddy up.
And when you're in a battleship doing bloody 22 knots, and then you go to make a turn and you drop 3 or 4 fucking knots in a turn.
Yeah, but of course, in the higher tiers, people play a lot better. It's not too often you'll see a battleship by himself or something like that. Because, well, obviously, if the battleship's by himself and the destroyer comes in, the battleship might kiss his ass goodbye.
Yeah, I know, mate. I was trying to say that to Popeye before. Fucking, to me, I found that being in the battleship, torpedoes or destroyers would be the biggest pain in the ass for me.
Yeah, because it's pretty easy to, unless they get a decent shot on you, with a destroyer, you cruising in, 35, and some of these, if you get that boost or whatever, they can get up to like 40 knots and stuff. Bobbing and weaving in on a battleship, and if they miss, they're screwed because there's some torpedoes are going to be fucking all over them after that.
Yeah, I think the French have some of those with that fucking boost on it. I was watching that guy that I put the link up before. I was watching something he put on there. But I haven't had too much experience with crew. I've never had a destroyer at all. Never run a destroyer. So I've got no idea what they're like. I've got that one Chinese cruiser that got in a container. I've had a bit of fun in that, but everything's for me has been in the battleships.
Man, that Chinese one you're talking about, that's like rice, man. It'll fall apart the minute it gets wet.
Yes, I've told at the beginning of games, I've told my teammates don't ram into me because they're made in China and I break easy. It usually gets a bit of a laugh out of them, but it's not bad. From what Annie was, I think, telling me, I think it's a British-made cruiser that they sold or supplied to the Chinese at the time. It's not too bad, but the thing I've got to get used to with cruisers is that if you get hit, you fucking get hit and you stay hit.
Yeah. Well, there, Thunder, it's time for me to rock and roll, buddy.
You know what?
Oh man, one of them 3-wheel Can-Ams just drove by me. This thing looks badass. Nice.
No, they're ugly things. But I reckon I might call it quits too and have a bit of a break, and then I might go sink some ships. So thanks for joining us, Popeye. Thanks for joining us, Lost.
Yep, no worries.
All you guys in the chat, thank you. It was good to see you. If you're listening, Randall, go try World of Warships. It's free to download, pretty well free to play. Have a good day, guys. Have fun. You'll stay safe and take care. Catch us all later.
Boogie boogie.